have been loving the summer makeup look that I have been doing. I'm going to be doing a little mini series on my YouTube channel on different summer things. So like today is going to be a summer makeup look, and then the next video is going to be all about summer beauty essentials. So just all things summer related. I just want to quickly mention before we do the Bible verse of the day that I did change my YouTube channel name and everything else. So I do have, the podcast hasn't started yet, but I do have a podcast that is coming on Wednesday, which is tomorrow, by the time this video goes up. But yeah, I'm so excited to start filming that. I'm actually going to be filming that tomorrow. So yeah, let's do the Bible verse of the day. And one thing that I definitely really wanted to change for my YouTube channel was me actually reading the Bible verse of the day in every single YouTube video. I'm actually right now looking at the Bible app for the Bible verse of the day. This one is 1 Timothy 4:12. Okay, so again, this was 1 Timothy 4:12. No one should despise your youth. Instead, you should be an example to the believers in speech and conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. So let's get back to the video. So I recently watched a Nikki YouTube video on how she would do her makeup for the summer, and I absolutely loved how she did it. And I kind of implemented pretty much the entire makeup look into my makeup routine. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I will have the link to that video down below because it is definitely also very, very helpful. Okay, skin prep is definitely very important for any type of makeup, not just this for the summer months. I'm actually going to do a light skin prep. I don't want to use too many products. So the first product that I'm going to be using is this. Let me actually, I'm going to cancel this is the Ordinary Multi-Active Delivery Essence. I'm just going to use a cotton pad to apply this. And I really also like to focus this under the eyes instead of using an eye cream. I just feel for a skin prep that is a lot better to use than an eye cream. I would just leave the eye creams for your nighttime routine. Okay, so now that this is all nice and applied, I'm gonna go in with the next product, which is my sunscreen. This sunscreen is one of my favorites. This is the Paula's Choice Youth Extending Daily Hydrating Fluid. I actually need to get another one or another tube because I love this sunscreen and it's my favorite. I use it all year round and it is amazing. I'm just going to apply this to the entire face. And I always for the next product, I always like to keep my lips very hydrated. And this is one of the products that I love to use for lip hydration. This is the Ravie Beauty Lip Renewal Treatment Oil. Now let's move on to the brows. I'm going to let my skin prep soak into the skin while I do that. Let's go into skin prep. Doing the brows. So what I'm going to use is the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. This one is in shade 2.5. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to brush the brow hairs down because that's when I can really see where I need to fill them in. I don't have too sparse of a brow, but I do kind of really like to focus in the tail area because that's where I have a little bit more of a sparser. Okay, so I did just do my left eyebrow off camera just to save some time. I'm going to do the right eyebrow now. I like to start filling in the brows on the tail because, like I said, that's where I really only have sparse brows. I'm just going to fill that in. So I am actually opening a new brow pencil because that one actually I totally forgot that I ran out. I was running out and then I just used the last little bit of this one. Let's open the new one. Yay! It's always nice to have a new brow pencil. Okay, once I get more towards the front of the brow, I like to kind of shape the bottom first. I like to bring it out just a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna brush this through. What I'm going to use is a newer product to me, but I've been absolutely loving it. This is the Kosas Air Brow Tinted Brow Gel. I have the shade Taupe. I'm just going to run this through the brow. I like to go a step further and add a clear brow gel. I've been loving this one from Rare Beauty. This is the Flexible Lifting Brow Gel. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. I'm just going to apply this to the brow. Okay, next I'm going to add, well, I guess this is a, what is it? It says a face base and a top coat. I have no idea what that is. But this is the Valentino V Lighter. Got like a little sample size of it. I'm just going to apply this at the high points of the face. And I'm going to avoid the upper lip area. And I'm going to also spread it out everywhere else. Okay, well, while we let this kind of soak in, let's move on to the eyes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to first prep the eyes with my concealer. This is the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer in N2. I'm just going to put a small amount of this on the lids. I'm going to take my Nikki Rose and BK Beauty, the N16 brush, to blend in the concealer. Another product that I recently got that I've been loving is the Kosas Cloud Set Pressed Powder, and I love it. This is in the shade Feathery. And I'm going to use the Nikki Rose and BK Beauty, the N14 brush, to set the eyes, or to set the concealer on the eyes. Next, I'm going to, oops, this is the wrong one, I wanted this one. I want to use one of my favorite eyeshadow sticks. This one is from Rare Beauty. This is the All of the Above Weightless Eyeshadow Stick in Integrity. I did it again. I closed it again and I'm going to need it later. Oh, that was so hard to open with my nails. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start it at the lash line. Start applying it at the lash line. And then kind of working my way up. And then we can take a blending brush to blend it in the crease. Okay, so I'm going to do some jumping around a little bit. So next I'm going to now do, go back to the complexion. So I'm going to take one of my favorite powder foundations. I did have the Natasha Denona powder foundation, but I have no idea where that is. So I am going to be getting that again. But today, since I don't have that, I'm going to use this one. This is the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour, right? Oh no. Maybelline Superstay Powder Foundation. This shade is in the shade 110. This is actually the same shade as the Skin Tint. So I'm going to take my Anissa Beauty All Over Face brush to apply it. I'm going to start applying it in the center of the face, and then, oh, you know what we forgot? No, I forgot to apply concealer first. So I'm just going to kind of wipe that away. I'm going to use the concealer that we used on the eyes. I'm also going to use it just to cover up any redness or any blemishes. I'm going to go around the nose. That's pretty much only where I apply it. And then I'm going to blend it in with my Nikki Rose in BKB, the N16 brush. Now we can go back to the powder foundation. So again, I'm going to start in the center of the face and then work my way out. This one might be a little bit too light for me. I could have gone a shade darker. I love using a powder foundation in the summer because it's so light and I'm not sweating my makeup off, which I really like. I do sometimes use like a skin tint or a really light foundation for the summer, but recently I've just been really liking the powder foundations. All right, now we're gonna go to the first round of setting sprays, and I have been loving, absolutely loving this setting spray from One Size, the new one. This is the One Size Powder Melt Glass Setting Spray. This one is just so good. All right, so now it's time to add some color back to the face. Now I'm going to apply my concealer under the eyes. So I'm just going to take a small amount of the concealer right in here, and then here to lift. Same thing, a small amount in here, and then there to lift. I'm going to pre-blend the concealer a little bit. I'm not going to fully blend it in. Just going to lightly blend it. I'm going to leave it where it is. I'm not going to move the product anywhere else. I just want to lightly blend it in. All right, now let's go back to the eyes. I'm going to take one of my favorite eyeliners. This is the Makeup by Mario Master Pro Pigment Pencil in the shade Perfect Brown. I'm going to just create a very thin eyeliner on the outer third of the lash line. I'm going to look straight into my mirror when applying this. Now, once I get towards the center of the eye, I'm going to change my position of the pencil a lot thinner. Or I actually might need to charge my camera for a little bit, yeah. Okay, so I blended in the concealer, I finished the eyeliner, and I also set the concealer as well with the Kosas powder. Now I'm actually going to set the T-zone as well, just for extra longevity. So I'm going to go into the same powder, just place the powder in the T-zone. Now we can add some color back to the face. So I'm going to take my Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt blurring bronzer. This one is in the shade light medium. I'm going to use the Nikki Rose NBK Beauty, the N15 brush to apply this. Take a small amount, kind of pre-blend it on the back of my hand. Oh, and then I also didn't apply mascara. I just applied my lash primer. Okay, now I'm going to not swipe in the product or on the face. I'm just going to do tapping motions so I don't disturb the foundation that's underneath. And I'm also going to go on the forehead with this as well. I want to get right up into the hairline so there's no disconnection. Then I'm going to take a little bit of this and apply it kind of on the bridge of the nose and the tip of the nose. All right, now let's go to blush. I have been loving this blush from Rare Beauty. This is the Rare Beauty Matte Bouncy blush in the shade Hope. I'm going to use the Nikki Rose NBK Beauty, the N17 brush. I'm going to use the lighter fiber side to apply this. Now pick up some of the product and then pre-blend it on the back of my hand, and then we can start applying it kind of higher up on the cheek. Okay, to set the blush, I'm going to take the Ravie Beauty Endless Diffusion Everyday Baked Blush in the shade Daydream. This is one of my favorite shades. I absolutely love it. And blush formulas. It's amazing. So I'm also going to take the Review Beauty blush brush to apply this blush as well. I'm going to go right on top and again do that tapping motion. Now let's move to mascara. I'm going to use a waterproof mascara. I'm going to use the YSL Lash Clash mascara. This is one of my favorite mascara formulas. I love it. It is so good. So I'm going to take a Q-tip and I'm just going to remove the excess lip balm that we have on the lips. Okay, for a lip liner, I'm going to go in, but first I'm actually going to prep the lips for lip application. So what I like to do is I like to take a powder and just apply it around the lips so the lip products can really stay throughout the entire day. So I'm just going to take the powder and just apply it to the outer part, or the lip line, and that's all where I'm going to apply it. For lip liner today, I'm going to use the Makeup by Mario Ultra Suede lip pencil. Actually, this is Spunky Pink. I wanted to use Johnny. This one is a better shade for an everyday lip, and I really do love it. Okay, for a lipstick, I love this lipstick shade for the summer. This is the Ravie Beauty Effortless Lips in the shade Tulip. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the final round of the setting spray. So I'm going to take the same setting spray that we used earlier. This makeup look that, like I said in the beginning, this makeup I've been wearing throughout the entire summer so far, and I absolutely love it. I do sometimes change the lipstick and the eye look, but the base makeup stays the same throughout the entire summer. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed today's video and see you guys in the next one. Bye!